Yes, I'm here tomorrow.
I have knives on my earrings.
Huh?
My earrings. Do you want me to get one for you?
Well,
So you might want to
yes.
You as well. Alright, we're here, studio tour.
Where are you?
The Tonight Show.
Oh, yeah.
Here he is. Take it away, Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world's famous studio tour. I know you're thinking, why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Jimmy. So yes, again, we are officially getting started here. We are making our way down our movie poster timeline area right now. So you're getting a nice selection out here today of some of the thousands of movies we've created here in the Universal Studios lot over the years. Speaking of years, March 15th, 1915. That's when we first opened the doors here to Universal Studios Hollywood. Although technically we did start Universal on the East Coast in 1912. Slowly but surely brought everything out here to the West Coast. We've been out here ever since. But again, our opening day ceremonies, March 15th, 1915. That is when our founder, Carl Laemmle, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being made. Guests could walk from set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. But with the invention of sound and the need for quiet on the set, the original walking tour ended. In the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of the studio returned when the Gray Line bus tours, originating in Hollywood, made a stop at our gates. On July 15, 1964, the first of our red and white candy-striped glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the Universal lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started with 2 drivers, 2 guides, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lake Ocean Boulevard. From there, the studio tour expanded with fantastic one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the Rock Slide and Burning House, which were right around this area of the lot back in the 70s and 80s. Nowadays, we've been passing by a bunch of construction happening on that hillside at Universal Epic Universe. It looks awesome. The renderings, the drawings they've released online as far as like what it's going to potentially look like, it looks incredible. So that'll be next year in Orlando, and then 2026, that'll be out here for the Fast and Furious coaster. Now we're, again, making our way down our movie poster timeline area. We're passing by Soundstage 12, just off to the left-hand side. Now, normally in the past, Soundstage 12, I would say it's currently home to the hit show The Voice. But The Voice has actually moved a little further into the Universal Studios lot. So but we're making our way past a couple more sound stages off to the left. They have been used for shows like Hacks, Quantum Leap, and even the show Bel Air.
The theme park behind and entering the front locker room. Real Hollywood magic is made. Now, go inside the sound stages that surrounds us. My environment. For the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination can take you, even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air. When we film Bel Air, we love coming out of the sound stages and seeing the trams filled with excited guests as they drive by. So, keep an eye out. You never know who or what you'll see on the studio tour.
And again, those are a couple of the actors from the show Bel Air. That's the one that's based on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Now, something you'll notice here today on the tour, a lot of the productions I'm going to mention to you, they do not have to be NBC or Universal productions because it works like a big rental facility out here. So, for example, the show Never Have I Ever, which airs on Netflix, they actually film seasons 2, 3, and 4 out here in our lot. Although technically that is a Universal television production that just so happens to air on Netflix. So sometimes the wires will cross a bit, but if you hear me mention like a Disney movie that's filming out here or a Paramount production that's using one of our sound stages, again, that's because it works like a big rental facility. Now that show Never Have I Ever, they used to film over inside of sound stages 16 and 17, and before they moved inside of those structures, those same sound stages used to be home to one of my favorite shows, The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
Yeah, how can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
currently we're taking you all through an area known as Sitcom Alley, which essentially means we've had a lot of sitcoms or TV shows filmed out here over the years, including a lot of the shows you're seeing up on your screens there. Although, quick disclaimer, not all of these shows are filmed here in our lot. They just all happen to fall under that NBC, Universal, or Peacock umbrella. We got a couple of adorable minions hanging out there on the right by our Illumination Entertainment sign there today. Illumination Entertainment, they've got a couple of their production offices out here on our lot. Production offices out here on our lot. Coming up here on the left-hand side, you all are about to see a celebrity sighting today. That's right, we've got Ted hanging out here on the lot. Ted's been hanging out with us here very recently. His show Ted for season 1, starring Ted, did very well, so well. They recently announced there will be a second season of Ted, so we're really excited, looking forward to that, seeing that production hopefully return back out here to our lot. We've started to see some of the production signs being put out, so we're hoping, fingers crossed, we'll see some more of that here on the studio tour very soon. Now, Ted, he's hanging outside of our production bungalow area off to the left. This is where our pre-production or the planning process takes place. So 3 phases of production, right? We've got pre-production where the planning happens, production where the filming takes place, and then post-production where everything is edited together to create that final product. Now, today on the left, we will be passing by a bungalow. It's bungalow 5195. That one used to belong to Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. He was the master of horror and suspense out here on our lot. Up on your screens there, you're actually seeing one of the signatures of Mr. Hitchcock, where he would place himself in all of his productions. Quick little cameos. In fact, up on your screens there for the birds, where you're seeing those cute little white dogs, those were his personal pets, so he would include those dogs in some of his productions as well. There's also a bungalow out there. It says it's a big MP. We were just passing by. It stands for Mark Platt. He's one of the main producers on the upcoming Wicked production. So Wicked Part 1, that'll be hitting theaters this November. So we all have that to look forward to. And of course, off to the left there is just mentioning Hitchcock's bungalow 5195. Nowadays, that area does belong to the De Laurentiis Company. So those are the folks who brought us all the show Hannibal. And then if you continue to take a look on the left here, you're seeing a couple of our newer sound stages. They look a little different. We've got a couple executive offices and dressing rooms on the front-facing wall there. But those structures, they've been used for shows like World of Dance, America's Got Talent, Will and Grace, when they did the reboot for that show. Very recently, Lopez versus Lopez. They've been doing a lot of active production out there, as well as St. Dennis Medical, which again is that new medical comedy that'll be on NBC this fall. And I'm just keeping an eye out for Wiglegs. No, looks like we should be good. All right, great. Cool. So, for today, there is a lot of active production going on the Metro sets. We will get a chance very briefly to pass by some Metro sets a little later on. Very briefly to the left there, that is the tail end of our New York Street area. It's been used in productions like NCIS, Criminal Minds, The Amazing Spider-Man, and even the show American Ninja Warrior. But we're definitely leaving that concrete jungle behind, and instead, we're going to take you all to the digital jungle as we head on over to Skull Island with director Peter Jackson.
The original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. Action! I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up to the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times.
Alright, so when we start to head on in, just make sure you remain seated for your own safety. Hang on to your loose belongings, hang on to your loved ones, and welcome back to Skull Island. As we head on in, for those of you who are planning on taking pictures or videos today, that's totally fine. Just make sure you hang on tight to those cameras. It's about to be a bit of a bumpy ride. And we do ask that you keep that flash option turned off.
Last call, everybody. It's Skull Island.
original King Kong, he was a miniature, stood about 18 inches tall. But then for Peter Jackson's version of King Kong, he used over 800 miniatures throughout his entire production.
The audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where the people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the
Spray paints, really just an incredible job out there. Nice homage to those classic monster movies. Because here at Universal, we are the official birthplace to those classic monster films like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Wolfman, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, all those classics filmed out here on our lot. And then coming up here on the left-hand side, you're seeing sound stages 30 and 31. Now that is currently where they film The Voice.
Hey, studio tour. It's your boy Snoop Dogg. Did you know that the Universal Backlot is home of The Voice? That's right. We tape right here on Stage 31. Don't miss our incredible new season every Monday and Tuesday on NBC. See you. You heard the rest, you can hear the best. You can be with the S and have this on your chest.
Snoop joins The Voice Monday, September 23rd on NBC and Peacock.
All right, now over on the left-hand side, we're passing by a nice little body of water out there. That's our Park Lake location. However, that area, we also like to call it the Black Lagoon from Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was also the ocean in McHale's Navy.
Hello. Now that you heard the rest, you can hear the best. You can be with the S and have this on your chest.
Snoop joins The Voice Monday, September 23rd on NBC and Peacock.
All right, now over on the left-hand side, we're passing by a nice little body of water out there. That's our Park Lake location. However, that area, we also like to call it the Black Lagoon from Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was also the ocean in McHale's Navy. Basically, we used a bunch of miniatures, did some nice close-up shots. So at home, we believed we were filming on the ocean, when in reality, right out here on the Universal Backlot. For my Desperate Housewives fans, the area was also featured in an episode where they go to dump their friend's ashes and then Susan ends up falling over the side of the boat. Same location out there. So when it's fully dressed up for that production versus what we're about to see out here today. Now, maybe you never watched The Good Place, no worries. Maybe you're one of my Disney fans on board the tour. You may recognize this area as Genovia from Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement. It's where they held the princess parade for the royal wedding. This year, remember in the late 90s, Disney did a revamped version of Cinderella out here starring Brandy, Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg. They used our town center area for that production. This area was also featured, if you remember in the late 90s, Disney did a revamped version of Cinderella out here starring Brandy, Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg. They used our town center area for that production. And then Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, they filmed a whole bunch of scenes out here as well. So we got lots and lots of uses over the years. For my fans of The Good Place, that frozen yogurt shop is just off to the left-hand side there with the double blue doors there. And then Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, they filmed a whole bunch of scenes out here as well. So we got lots and lots of uses over the years. For my fans of The Good Place, that frozen yogurt shop is just off to the left-hand side there with the double blue doors there. And for the show, at least for the first 2 seasons of The Good Place, it was kind of like a running joke, all the fun flavors of that frozen yogurt. When those actors were eating that frozen yogurt in that scene I was just replaying for you, it looks delicious, especially on a hot day like today, right? But that is the problem with frozen yogurt on a hot day like today. It's going to melt very quickly. So instead, those actors, they are eating mashed potatoes. It has the same consistency as frozen yogurt, but it stays the same all day long. So now hopefully you have a better appreciation for those frozen yogurt eating scenes. They did confirm that it was mashed potatoes on the podcast for that show as well. So now you know. And over on the left-hand side, you'll notice this nice family-friendly set. This house set was originally designed for a show called Home and Family, which aired on the Hallmark Channel. It was a daily talk show they used to film out here in our lot. But they've since wrapped things up for that production, so now we have a couple new shows been using the set. One of the shows is Bel Air. Again, that's the one that's based on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. For season 1, it was an influencer's house. The show Never Have I Ever, they did some filming there for season 3. Or maybe like those like baking competition shows, the show Baking It for season 1. They filmed a bunch of cute winter wonderland scenes in the backyard area there, so lots of uses over the years. One of the shows is Bel Air. Again, that's one that's based on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. For season 1, it was an influencer's house. The show Never Have I Ever, they did some filming there for season 3. Or maybe like those like baking competition shows, the show Baking It for season 1. They filmed a bunch of cute winter wonderland scenes in the backyard area there, so lots of uses over the years. And then it looks like up next, ooh, all right, great. So it looks like today we are gonna get the chance to take you all inside of the soundstage. So welcome to Soundstage 50. And just like you all are doing now, just make sure you remain seated. This area for a production that I believe is supposed to start filming here towards the end of this week. So they've just been allowing a couple of the tours through here to show you all what a fully dressed set looks like. So obviously it's a subway station scene here today. Again, nothing to worry about, folks, just one of our California trucks. You know, we get those. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just remain calm. Century, so it was closed for about a year and a half for that big refurbishment there. Now, at this point in the tour, we're about halfway through. So here's that first friendly reminder for you. We still have that red E-cord that's located directly in the center of the tram. So if you do have a medical emergency, you drop something over the side of the tram, maybe it's an extreme bathroom emergency, you do have that as an option. Otherwise, we'll just remain seated, continue on here with the tour. Now, I know earthquake back there, maybe it was a little traumatic for some of us. So at this point, we're really gonna make it up to you all. We're about to take everyone on a nice little vacay. Welcome everyone to Amity Island. It's a small New England town, but don't worry, we have caught that great white man-eating shark Jaws. He's hanging out, literally, over on the right-hand side of the tram. In fact, my friend George, he's a police diver. He's just checking to make sure everything's all clear for us, just in case we decide we want to hop out, you know, maybe go for a nice... Uh-oh. Looks like there's something out in the water there with George. Hey, George! George, you might want to swim back to your police boat, buddy. George! Oh, George had a lot of guts to be out there, and here they are. Okay, you know, folks, no worries. We are just going to move up a little further here. We're going to hide behind these flammable gas tanks. I bet that is definitely going to be the next safest place where we can hide. Okay, hopefully whoever's out in the water will take the bait. It's attached to the yellow barrel. Okay, looks like the barrel is not moving out there. That is not a good sign. Oh. Okay, well, it looks like it's attacking the dock instead. Well, you know, they said there's more sharks out here, so, you know, it must just be like a... shark out there, and he's got a name. His name is Bruce. Bruce is nicknamed after They also recognize that name Bruce. They also recognize that name Bruce. It's the same name as the shark and finding fish are friends. So their Bruce was nicknamed after our Bruce, who again really was nicknamed after. But Bruce out there, he was as much of a menace off screen as he was on screen because Bruce was originally designed for freshwater. But director Steven Spielberg decided to move most of the filming right off the coast of Martha's Vineyard, so as soon as Bruce hit that salt water, he also hit the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean floor. Ooh, all right, so looks like coming up next in just a few moments, we are going to take you all to another classic attraction here on the Backlot. But here to tell you more about it is today's show co-host and our official weather anchor, Mr. Al Roker. Take it away, Al.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. Welcome to the only part of the Backlot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
That's right, coming up next, we are about to take you into our Old Mexico location. Now, our Old Mexico area has been used for productions like Nacho Libre, Three Amigos, a Lady Gaga music video filmed out here. It's her Judah music video. Criminal Minds, Beyond Borders filmed out here. They actually filmed 2 different episodes in the same location. They called it 2 different areas in each episode. Indiana Jones filmed a couple different scenes out here for their production. Technically, it's their one, but you know, they did film some scenes out here from that production. Now it looks like right now we do have some thunder and lightning effects going on. So with those lightning effects, those are strobe lights creating that effect for us here today. The thunder effects, those are going to be strategically placed speakers along the set. Or sorry, the thunder effects, yes, all the speakers, and then the strobe lights, and then the rain. There we go. So the rain effects, those are sprinklers shooting that water straight up into the air, allowing the water to fall down naturally to the earth, just like rain would. Normally at this point, the tour, this is where they turn off the rain effects. Looks like we don't have anybody up in the weather booth right now either. Okay, you know what, folks? No worries. You know, I'm sure we'll have someone out here in just a few moments, so that way we can continue. Oh boy. Okay, looks like all that rain, we just caused ourselves a flash flood. Nice and protected. Definitely looks like our forecast came true. All that flash flood water you see there, it's all recycled water. Recycling right back up to the very tip-top of that hill. And we just saw a flash flood up close and personal. You may have also recognized that location if you saw this movie, Big Bad Fire. Alright, so after that flash flood, we're going to take it nice and easy now. We're going to hop that border, mosey right on down our 6 Points location. Now out here in 6 Points, for those of you who saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you've seen this area in a bunch of scenes from that movie. Specifically the scenes with Leonardo DiCaprio and the little girl took place out here. Or maybe you're watching the show Killing It, starring Craig Robinson. They filmed a whole bunch of scenes out here for season 1 and season 2. You may also notice a lot of door frames around us here today, and they are all different sizes. That is done on purpose because a few of our Western cowboys were a little on the shorter side. So what we would do is we would stand those shorter cowboys up in front of one of the smaller door frames. That way they would appear bigger, brawnier, stronger. And then maybe that female co-star, maybe she was a little taller, so maybe they cast someone like me. I'm almost 6 foot, not quite, almost there. What they do is they'd stand me up in front of one of those taller door frames. That way I'd appear a little more petite, a little more vulnerable, in need of saving, if you will. And it makes sense a lot of our cowboys would be on the shorter side because back in the day, we were really looking for folks who knew how to ride horses. So that runs directly through the center of town, but there's never any water in that ditch. That's because that is meant for that female co-star to stand in, so when she's walking next to that cowboy, she's going to look ever so slightly shorter than her male co-star. So, now you know. Now as we continue on here, it looks like Up next, we're going to turn the corner, make our way up through Steven Spielberg Drive, which is perfect timing. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up Steven. He is going to tell us all about the Jaws attraction and how it came into existence.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the trap. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
And since we are still currently traveling on Steven Spielberg Drive, I'm going to go ahead and bring back Steven. He's going to tell us all about one of the very first times he joined us here on the lot.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
All right, now as we continue on here, we are still currently traveling up through Steven Spielberg Drive. We also call this commercial or music video. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see we've got quite the collection on display for you all here today. And then in just a few moments here, we are actually going to be going through that extended quiet zone. And that is for some active production that is taking place up at the very tip top of the hill, just off to the right-hand side today. So for the next portion of the tour, feel free again, you all are more than welcome to chit-chat amongst yourselves. They're just asking the tour guides to go off the microphone so our voice don't mess up their production that they're filming out there today. So definitely, again, keep your ears and eyes open for some production, but welcome officially to our first quiet zone. I will be back in just a few moments.
Oh, the RX-7 and the R34. I'll be more nice. Oh shit. He's there. Don't have it.
Esse é muito bom, filho. Esse é do Tom Cruise. Olha isso. Então, você sabe. 3 wires left.
Alright, so we should be far enough away. I can go ahead and hop back on the microphone. So up next, we are taking you all to Jupiter's Claim from Jordan Peele's latest film, Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Right. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Used to showcase an unbelievable new live show. If you didn't know, not on this own live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy and old Hollywood lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of no.
So I think we're going to go ahead and take that bit of advice and get you on up out of here. Now, the last few sets we were all exploring there during that Quiet Zone location. We passed by the original, we had the Bates Motel, the Psycho House out there, the big airplane crash site set, that was from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. And then again, we had some active production taking place just beyond that big airplane crash site set, kind of in the back corner. So there was like, brought them out here so we could all enjoy them on the studio tour. So kind of cool. Now it looks like right now we are, oh boy, okay, we are definitely switching things up. We're actually taking you all inside of Sullivan's truck repair shop right now. Great, okay, just hang tight. Hopefully we'll have someone out here in a few moments who will kind of explain to us what our next step is going to be. Okay. You too.
You don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone can give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay. Meet you in there.
All right, so looks like in just a few moments here, they are going to be opening these bay doors for us. At this point in the day, you do not need to put on those 3D glasses. I will let you know when you're going to need them. But Sullivan's Truck Repair Shop, a really well-known street racer hangout area. It also happens to be a really well-known street racer party location. Oh my goodness, you guys. I think we are way overdressed for this party. I'm just going to say it. You know what? No, we'll be totally fine. We'll set up a great room. We are definitely going to be able to blend in. Everybody out! Everybody out! Turn that music off! Oh no, come on guys, we just got here.
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Damn.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Man, it's back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody.
Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss! That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in another zone.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold it forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door. Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
So it looks like right now we're location. So at this point in the day, it would probably be a good idea to go ahead and put on those protective 3D glasses.
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime. Let's hook him up. I got the move by the horn. Now moving. Way to go, Lenny. Don't run another missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I'm not. Roman, don't shoot. Head for the bridge. Under construction. Everybody hold on. Hit the nitrous. Ride or die.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tour has taken guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
And I know I'm echoing Jimmy here, but again, we really do want to thank you all so much for joining us here today. Now, our 60th anniversary, it's special to us because the studio tour is where it all began for Universal destinations and experiences. From 2 glamour trams traveling around the studio lot back in the summer of 1964, we have developed into so much more, including 7 parks entertaining millions of guests every year, and the upcoming Universal Epic Universe, opening in 2025. I'd also like to acknowledge all of our studio tour ambassadors, drivers, and studio guides throughout our history who've helped make the studio tour world famous. From our first 4 guides and drivers to the hundreds of team members who support the tour today. To our annual pass members, thanks so much for joining us here again today. And even if you're not an annual pass member, thanks so much for joining us here. But if you'd like to know how you too can become an annual pass member, it's easy. You just head on over to